Good morning. This is day 20, and I want to show you something. I'm getting pipping. Now, if you'll look right here at this one, that's pipping, and right there is pipping. Now, what that means is the baby chickens are pecking on the shell from the inside, trying to get out. They haven't got a hole in none of them yet. They call it pipping when you can see a crack, but it's not through. But they've got a little hook on the end of their beak the good Lord give them to get through that shell, and that little hook will fall off once they get through the shell. But yeah, I've already got pipping, and that's not unusual. Because it generally takes up to 24 hours for a chicken to pip through or break through the egg and hatch. So they've already started. I don't, all of them I don't see pipping on, just a couple. But there's one on that inside one too. That one right there. See it right there on the side? So I've got 3 that's got pipping on it. But I just wanted to show you what it was. So I wanted to show this to you. This is about 4 hours later than the first one that I filmed where they were actually pipping through. But if you can see right there, that one has a hole in it, and he is starting to come through. This one right here also has a hole in it. Those 2, there's much more that are pipped. Those 2 I just don't believe gonna make it in the morning. They're probably gonna happen sometime tonight, probably while I'm in bed asleep, but it could be earlier. But it generally takes them about 24 hours. And this is one of the hardest things to do, is to sit and watch them work their way out of the eggs, because you want to help them, but you can't. Because if you do, they're not going to be strong enough to survive. They get their strength by turning around and around that egg and cracking that egg so they can work their way out. If they don't have that exercise, then it's they only have a 50-50 shot when you get them out. Where if they work their way out, it's almost a certainty, unless something drastic happens, that they're going to make it. But anyhow, I just wanted to share that with you. Now I have others that are pipped. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you heard that or not, but that one I was just showing you, I can hear that young lady a-hollering. She is ready to get out. And when the first one gets out, the rest of them will accelerate, because the ones in the egg, the one that's out will always chirp and make noise, and the ones inside the eggs will hear that one, and it will help them accelerate. But we're definitely going to have chickens within 24 hours, maybe earlier than that. But that's all the update I got for now. Just a little bit more of an update. Now this young lady right here, she's a-singing as she works. She's just a-singing to me, and she's working on that egg. You can actually see the end of her beak. If you look right there toward the bottom, you see the little white one place there that's moving. That's the hook on the beak that I was talking about that they're born with, and they use that to break the shell. But yeah, she is working as hard as she can. And she has gotten, I don't know, over an inch. Let's see if I can pull her around this way so you can see better. Yeah, she has gotten over an inch of that egg broke out. She will, without a doubt, be the first to be born. Of course, I mean, it's not going to be real soon. I just wanted to give you an update, let you see it. Hopefully, I can come in here and catch her just before she starts to work her way out. But she is just steadily working and singing. So she'll be out there probably in 4 to 6 hours, something like that. It'll take her a while. Okay. Well, I had to go to town to get them some chick feed, chick starter. And guess what happened while I was in town? That one that I was showing you hatched out and got out. However, there is another one right here. And she is a working and a singing too. So, hopefully, I'll be able to get back in time to let you see her hatch out. Now this one, she just hatched out. She's still wet, as you can see, and she's gonna have to stay in there until she dries out. Then I can put her in the little brooder. She got the top off except for just a hinge, but she is tired. Done worked herself to death. She's almost out though. Her struggle is almost over. You'll notice that she'll only move just a little bit and then she'll stop and rest a minute. That's because she is so tired. See, she's been working on that egg for nearly 24 hours. And she just wore herself out getting out of that egg. But that's a good thing. Because what that did, it made her body strong so that she can survive. If she hadn't have done that, she would have probably died in the first day or two. That's how come it's so critical not to help the babies get out of the eggs. Now, I'll do it if it's starting to dry up, because if it dries up, the baby's going to die anyway. So if it's starting to dry up, you know, you might as well try to do what you can. You may save the baby, you may not, but the baby's going to die if it dries up. Other than that, we'll let them get out on their own so they'll be nice and strong. Here she comes. She almost made it. Come on, darling. Come on out there. Come on, you can do it. You ain't got just a little bit. She got everything out but her butt. She had to lay her head down and rest on her sister over there. Come on, darling. Get out there and stand up. Okay, technically she's out, although she still has one leg inside the shell. There she is. She's out now. Yes, sir. She's out of that shell now. So we got that one out. And then we got another one right over here. We got two of them out so far. And then I'll get back with y'all. Okay. I should have gotten some chick starter feed this weekend, but I didn't. It rained all weekend, so I chose to stay at home and not get out in that mess. So when that first one started hatching out this morning, I thought about that, and I thought I need to get my butt up there and get me some chick starter so they'll have something to eat. So I did. While I was up there, now let me back up a little bit. Tracy, several months ago, or a month ago, whatever it was, when I first ordered them eggs off of eBay, Tracy told me that she wanted some Buff Orpingtons. And I ordered 12 from one lady and 12 and 10 from another lady, which wasn't enough to fill up my incubator. However, they sent me extra eggs, and it was enough. So while I was up there today, I could hear the chicks in the background, and I asked them just for the heck of it, what kind of chicks do we have? And they said, they're Buff Orpingtons. So therefore, Tracy has 5 Buff Orpingtons. Now these, of course, will be older than the ones I'm hatching out. These are like 3 days old, something like that. But these are Buff Orpingtons, and she'll get them. So let me show you my the place where I keep them at. Okay. That's my homemade brooder I made. Oh, fuss, baby. Now they'll stay in that brooder here up to a month. What did I say? Up to a month. A month is about all you can stand them in the house. There's a couple of things that baby chickens do that you probably don't know about. Number one, they haven't got their days and their nights straightened out and won't have for a week or two. And so what they basically do is they sleep about 10 minutes out of every hour. And the other 50 minutes, they are running that big mouth. Now, if you're got them inside the house, that means you're going to listen. And you got a bunch of them in there, it means you got to listen to that mouth all the time. So, I have to run TV at night to sleep, so I don't have to listen to the babies when I do this. But anyway, the second thing they do, the good Lord teaches them to scratch. It's just instinct. Their mama don't teach them that. It's just instinct. But they will scratch that food out on the ground, and they'll scratch it up there, and it will make dust. So it's not too bad the first 2, maybe 3 weeks. But starting with the 4th week, the dust starts to get pretty bad. And so you probably don't want them out there. But I've got outside houses, outside brooders, I can put them in and stuff. So they, like I say, they're going to stay here up to 4 weeks. They will not be here no more than 4 weeks if they're here 4. But anyhow, I thought I'd show you those 5 little Buff Orpingtons that I got for Tracy. And then we'll get back on these hatching out. Okay, this is hatching morning. And I just got up. And I do have 3. There's one there. There's 2 back here on this side. One there. You can see them both right there, I think. No, that's one. There's the other one. I've got 3 more. That's 5. So, things should start happening now just about any time. Hello. Was about the end of the hatch day, and I've got 3 that's in there right now getting dry. You can see 2 of them right there. Let's see where the other one is at. Oh, right back here. There she is. But I am definitely not pleased with the hatch rate I got so far. I've got 10 babies that are living. I had 13 total that have hatched. I'm talking about Black Copper Maran out of the big incubator. And out of those 13, 3 passed away right after they hatched. So I got 10 right now. Hold on just a minute and I'll let you see inside the other bucket, and I'll give you some statistics. There's my little darlings. They're all wadded up in the corner. Okay. Now, on these Black Copper Marans I had in the big incubator, I had 2 suppliers. One was from Connecticut, and from her I had 2 orders off eBay, 112 and 110 for a total of 22. Now when I got their order in, I had 24 eggs in there that wasn't broke and 2 that was broke. So it still left me with 24 to put in the incubator. Now after candling her eggs after 18 days, 15 of them were no good. So that only left 9 to hatch. Out of those 9, 5 did hatch. 4 are still in the incubator, no sign of pipping on them. But out of the 5 that did hatch, 2 of them passed away right after they hatched, or after they hatched. But I mean, the people can't do anything about that. That's just part of nature. So out of the 24 that was available, 5 hatched. So I got a hatch rate of 22% from that lady from Connecticut. Not happy at all with that. Alright, the lady from Texas. Now, I only had one order from her, 12 eggs, and she sent me 17. Now, none of them was broke, so and 17 checked good, and 17 went in the incubator. So, when I counted them, 3 of them were bad. So that left me 14 to hatch. And out of the 14, 8 did hatch. 1 passed away right after it hatched. And 6 is still in the incubator with no sign of anything. But you take 8 out of the 17 that was available, I had a hatch rate of 46.4%. That's not great, but it's a lot better than the first lady. So I had 42 eggs in that incubator. 13 of them actually hatched out, so 29.9% of them hatched. After candling them, there was only 24 eggs left. 13 of them did hatch. So 55.9% of them hatched. Now, at the current time, provided I don't lose any more, I have 10 Black Copper Maran. Taking into consideration that normally 50% of everything you hatch is roosters, and what you're looking for is hens, because only hens can lay eggs. So that means out of the 10, I'm going to get about 5 hens out of this. Not good, not what I was looking for. But you know, maybe some of these other eggs I got in there, they may do something. I'm going to give them until tomorrow. But I have 10 more eggs in there. Or 11 more eggs in there, I think. Anyway, I don't even see a pip on them, so I feel certain that the babies died in the eggs. Not certain, but I think so. But that's just the way the ball bounces sometimes. All them little black ones that you see is the Black Copper Maran. The one that I was talking about that I bought the eggs off of eBay. So we'll just see what happens from here. It might take more than 1 year to build up some Black Copper Marans, because it don't look like getting them off of eBay, sending them through the mail. It don't look like that's necessarily the best way to go, because I've done it 2 years in a row and not had any luck either year. But that's just the way it goes. Anyway, I'll update you later if anything else happens. Appreciate it. Okay, this is day 22. Actually going into 23. Day 22 ended at 10:30 this morning. So anything that's in here is not going to hatch. So I've got 2 bowls ready. One from a lady from Texas, one from a lady from Connecticut. Now, if it's marked LJ, that's Lisa Judd, that's the lady from Texas. If it's marked OH, that's the lady from Connecticut. So, the reason I'm doing this, I'll explain that to you, is that not necessarily trying to get anything out of them, because I know that's not going to happen, but to critique them a little bit and maybe make their business a little bit better. Cut it off. Okay, now I've got all the eggs out, and the lady from Texas, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, she had 8 eggs that did not hatch. The lady from Connecticut, she had 3 eggs that did not hatch.
3 out of what?
Well, I done done a thing on it and sort of explained it to them, but the lady from Connecticut, I purchased 22 eggs from her. She actually sent me 26. 2 of them were broke. So I had 24 that I put in the incubator. Okay, I'm going to try to critique this, and I'm not an expert by any means. I have been dealing with chickens all my life, so I know a lot, but I'm not an expert. But this is what I think is going on. And these people need to know this because, well, the lady from Texas, she actually sent me an email asking me to give her feedback on my hatch rate stuff. The other lady didn't, but I'm going to do it anyway. And what I'm going to do is send them both an email, give them all this information, and give them links, because I made a movie on everything I've done, and I'll give them the links to the movie. If they want to watch the camp, they don't have to. But this is what I think. I'm going to start with the lady in Connecticut, because that was the worst return of the two. Now, she only had a 22% hatch rate. Okay. Now, I think she has 2 problems. Number one, we put 24 of her eggs in the incubator, and when we counted them 18 days later, 15 of them were no good. That 15 was not fertile. So that tells me that she doesn't have a rooster with them hens, or she's got too many hens for one rooster to handle, and he's not keeping them fertile. But she needs to correct that. And the second problem, let's just go into the one from Texas, because I think they both have this problem. Okay, the one from Texas, I bought 12 eggs, and she sent me 17. I put 17 in the incubator. When we counted them, 3 were bad. That's not bad at all. That's okay. So out of the remaining ones in the incubator, I had 9 from Connecticut. I had 14 from Texas. 8 of the 14 from Texas hatched. 5 of the 9 from Connecticut hatched. Okay, out of the ones that hatched, that's 13 total hatches. Out of the ones that hatched from Connecticut, and I kept all these things separate so I could know this information. Out of the Connecticut one, 2 of the babies died just after they were born. 1 from Texas did. Now, these people can't do anything about that. That's just Mother Nature. Okay. But there's a lot of eggs right here that did not hatch, that was fertile. I checked them with a light. They were fertile, but they did not hatch. Now, the main reason for that is time spent before you put it in the incubator. If those eggs are over 10 days old when you put them in the incubator, your percentage of that egg hatching drops below 50%. So both of these 2 people, I think, had some eggs that were over 10 days old. I don't know that to be a fact. I'm just guessing, but that's the only reason I can think of why we had so many that did not hatch, but we know they were fertile. So that means the babies died inside the egg before they hatched, or it may be even before they got ready to hatch, before it was time, because the eggs were just too old. Or that's what I think. I don't know that to be a fact. But again, I'm going to email these 2 people, and I'm going to put links to my movies so they can see it, so they know that I'm not just, I'll be opening this, so we'll put the camera over here and show the babies. So they'll know that I'm not just saying this or trying to get anything out of them. I don't expect to get anything out of them. But they need to know what's going on. Hey, babies. So I wound up with 10 Black Copper Marans. That's the little black ones in there. And, of course, the 5 But the other 5 I got at the food store. They're about 3 days older than these Black Copper Marans. Would you get over that baby? Give her a break. Okay. That's all I got for now. I might make another one when these hatch. But that's all I'm gonna put on this section right here. Wooden cutter.